Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's Friday the, what is it, 24th is it? Yeah, 24th of January, 8:30 at night, heading home. Been to Leeds today, or this afternoon, for a cupping session of Colombian coffees. So that was pretty good. So we're going to do Mr. Nellis quickly. And then, come on. Mr. Nellis. Things to talk about on your vlog. 1, Graham has had another accident, which it was on his foot on Monday a week ago. It's unfortunate, Graham. People seriously leaving their Christmas trees to be a Valentine's Day tree, but they have to stay for Christmas. I know, if you can leave them up till Valentine's, you may as well leave them up till next Christmas, don't you, really? Just have it a tree for all year round. Me, as I seriously saw a van called Tom and Jerry at Shea Lane on Friday morning a week ago. I imagine that was funny. Me as I've been to Wibsey Park on Wednesday morning. Me as I was going to the National Railway Museum as a Pen and Magpie trip on Friday 2 weeks later. Have you ever been to Elscar Heritage Centre? Don't think so, Richard. To be honest. Right. Let's get a shifty on. We're going to have to wait because all the... Oh, actually, no, we won't have to wait this long. There's roadworks, that's why there's a big queue of cars this way. So I'm in a different position for vlogging now, because I've replaced my trusty. I got it when I got the iPhone 6 Plus, when that very first came out, so that's a while back. A little clamp mount for the car. There's like a giant bulldog clip in a way. So I've had that a long time, and I finally decided that I'd, because I've seen them about for a while, I'd get a wireless charger. So that is, oh well, you're just a bit of a loony, aren't you? One of the ones that does wireless charging, because the iPhone X I've got does wireless charging, so that's quite handy for the car. I have to keep plugging it in. But I've seen them about, you probably have seen them because they're kind of all over the place. They're these ones that have got like these mechanical arms to the side that open up when you sort of touch on an area, and then you pop your phone in and then they sort of grab it, they close up on it and hold it in place. And they look pretty nifty. So, and I've been sort of looking around, but of course, like anything, they wildly vary in price depending on when you look. So if you're looking on Amazon, you could be paying £20–25 for the things. And then if you look on other places, you can get them down to about 15. And I ended up paying $8.99 on wish.com. So I thought $8.99, that was a reasonable amount, even if it's a load of rubbish. And it's pretty good. I say it just clamps the phone nicely. It's got a nice long arm with a suction cup, so the phone's actually in a better position now. Because what I had before, it kept it really close to the windscreen. It wasn't that good really, but it did for the time I had it. So yeah, and the bonus is it charges every time it's in it, and I don't need to plug anything in. It just sits in there and charges away. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with this at the moment. See if it breaks or not, but I spent all last night, it turned up yesterday, so last night I had it at home, and I was sat with it, just with my phone sat in it, and I was pressing the button for it to open and close, and open and close, and it just kept opening and closing it. You know, big boy in his new toy, just sat with my phone sat in it, and it was like, open, close, open, close. But yeah, it's kind of cool. So yeah, busy week this week. Had 1,500 kilos of coffee arrive on Wednesday. That's quite a lot of coffee beans, really. So all that's had to be processed. We were waiting on some stuff coming in, some Kenya Blue Mountain. We had orders for, so that needed roasting quickly. And some of the other coffees we'd run out of, so it was good to restock. And then we got some new Brazilians in again, so that's good as well. And then yeah, today I've been to Leeds on the train. Actually got a train to this cupping session, which was really interesting. So we cupped some Colombian coffees available through the Algrano portal, which is like they're doing like a brokerage and distribution of coffee.
K-band radar check
thing.
speed.
And then there was a talk by Greg from the World Coffee Research Association, and that was very interesting on what they're doing to support sustainability for the coffee farmers, the coffee growers at plantation level, to help them improve their yields and earn a sustainable income from the coffee, because at the moment many are struggling to actually break even with all the costs involved of growing coffee, taking care of the plants, the labour involved in picking, processing it, and then packing it up to go to the wash station. And then when they finally actually get paid for the coffee, they aren't getting that much money for it. So, and of course that eventually means many of them have to oh no, this is not good. Many of them have to make a choice or look at other crops that will be more profitable. And at the same point, what this gentleman was saying from World Coffee Research is the actual demand for coffee is increasing, and in fact in the next 10 years we'll need double the production that we have at the moment, and meanwhile it's, if anything, static and possibly going slightly down. So that's kind of a big issue really, that will come to the point there is no coffee, or there isn't enough coffee for all the people wanting coffee. In fact, demand's going up is good for me, because it means more people want to buy coffee from me. But at the same point, if you can't buy it because no one's bothering to grow it because they're not making any money growing it, then that is a big problem. So, so yes, they're looking at improving yields by new varieties and strains of the coffee plant that will basically bear more fruit. But all in a natural way. It's just through natural cross-pollination of different coffee plants to produce the desired results in the optimum sort of conditions, because all different varieties of coffee tend to prefer different types of, altitude, how wet or dry it is throughout the year, and everything else. So if they can sort of find the perfect strain for each area that's growing coffee, then they can increase their yields per plant considerably, which increases their profits and makes them more profitable then. So it'll all work out in the end, hopefully. Oh dear, now we're going to get caught here, aren't we? Yes, this is not good. Not good. So yeah, that was very interesting, and what they're doing and how roasters and coffee shops can help support this process so that everyone's coffee income is sustainable. So that was good. Steam blockchain being unusually quiet this week. I've just not had stuff on at work, and then I've been kind of like faffing about doing bits and pieces and watching stuff. I was watching Linus Tech Tips Scrapyard Wars, where they have contests to build gaming PCs on a very low budget by basically buying up used parts from different places, and then sort of try and compete against each other playing certain games to see who built the best rig for the lowest money. So that was quite good. I was watching that last night. Movies? Have I watched any movies? I don't think I've watched any movies. I've been watching, I watched the whole of the Witcher series on Netflix now. That was really good. I like that. Kind of binge watched it. I watched it, I got addicted, and then ended up in a couple of nights I watched all the episodes. But it was pretty good actually. Then other than that, not really done a lot. I've started watching Treadstone. I think that's on Amazon, but I can't remember, to be honest. Well, that's pretty good actually. It's bit different. So I suppose we'll just have to see how that goes. Right, I'm back home, and as it's late and I'm tired, I'm off in. So have a good weekend and week next week, and I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.